So yesterday we stopped at Dasanena Pahatabba. So you see the danger and you stop. So Kamasava and Bhavasava. So if I were to cut that, then it helps me in calming the mind, in not going anywhere. Okay. Now the next one he talks about is Samvara. Samvara Pahatabba. So the āsava, the fermented things. Now let's understand first āsava in a proper way. What is this āsava business? Āsava means ashrava, which is literally liquored, colored than what it should be. Let's say originally it's just house. Originally it's just a house, meaning if I take 2 pillars or 4 pillars and put some scaffolding and have some window, meaning have some space, not window really, just space, and another space for going in, coming out, and I plaster it, or if I take wood, I build it, like where I and Bobby went along with Sajal. There are a lot of houses which are getting made. At present, while it's being made, there is no owner. It's just a house. So I, Sajal and Bobby, we went inside, unfinished home, which has only iron things, no wood, nothing, and some binding things with some foam and other things on the ceiling. And that one will be covered up very soon. And when it is covered up, it gives an experience of a house in its completion. And then the owner comes, so-called owner, bought that property, will say, this is my home. And he will have cameras everywhere, he will have everything everywhere, as though somebody is going to steal his home. And that is āsava. Okay. Now, can I buy a property? Yes. What do you mean by property? Just a land to begin with. Some land. But the land has your name? No. But the paper says so. The registration says so. The government document says so. But does the land have your name? And the answer is no. No land is in anybody's name. So when the floods comes, it doesn't care whose home it is. When the fire breaks out, like what happened in Los Angeles, doesn't care whether it is a princely house or a broke house. Doesn't matter. It just burns off. The only thing I can do is ensure that so that the money is received. That's all. So this kind of transactional reality, if it is there in my mind, is āsava. Because I'm believing that to be 100% true. So I'm in parilaha, feverishness, getting fevered, This word is going to use when I started. So one thing we need to know about āsavas or āsavas is it will be creating feverish. You feel uneasy of losing it. So the same thing with wife and same thing with daughters, same thing with sons, same thing with everything. They are just āsavas. Okay. So if I take that to be serious, and if I take that they should behave the way I want them to behave, it's āsavas over āsava. Because then it gets heated up. So the second word what Buddha uses is heating up. Just keep on heating it up. Because āsavas will get strength when it is heated. So you heat up. So this is one thing what we need to know before we go into the samvarena pahatabba of āsavas. Any question? We finished dasana. We saw it. Now we are coming into samvara, to restrain. Ready? Okay, so let me read out this thing. Yanissa bhikkhave chakku indriya samvaram asamvuttassa viharato uppajjeyum āsava vighata parillaha chakku indriya samvaram samvuttassa viharato evamassa evam sate āsava vigata parillaha na honti. Yanhi, whatever, whichever, he, that is indeed us, like something like his or him. Bhikkhave or bhikkhus. Chakku indriya samvaram. Chakku is the eye. Indriya is the sense faculty that knows that there is something to see. Samvara is restraining. Asamvuttasya. Samvutta is restrained. Asamvutta is unrestrained. Viharato, one who is staying, residing. Upajjeyum, it arises. Āsava are influxes or cankers, like in kāmasava, bhāvāsava, ditthiyāsava, viccāsava. Okay, some āsava are going to be coming because it is unrestrained. So when somebody is unrestrained, vighata, he gets into three things. Number one, he gets distressed. Number two, he gets pained, afflicted. Number three, frustration. Parillaha, burning, which is feverish. Chakku indriyam samvara. If restraint of sense faculty, samvuttassa, one who is restrained, viharato, dwells. Evam, in such a way, sa, he, those āsava, they, what will happen? Na honti, do not exist. So let's take an example. We went to Sunshine Coast. In fact, I had promised both Bobby and Marin that in future I'll be talking about Australia, because they were asking me, you always give examples of US. So for a change, I'm giving example of Australia too, whatever I have seen of Brisbane. So it'll be a difference. And there are some rivers and things which we are going to be talking about. Okay, so it would be more Australia centric. Okay, so coming back to this, so we went to this place called Sunshine Coast, which is a place where there's a nice beach. Okay, but the problem with that place is that number one, it is far off, and then if it rains, then there's nothing to see. So what happened is that we started from our places. Okay, now when we started from that place, it was raining, it was cloudy, all the things which looked can be done was looking not to be done. So we could not really enjoy there. So what is enjoyment? Enjoyment is āsava. The word enjoyment is āsava. Joy is piti. Enjoy is something external. I would like to enjoy a movie. The movie makes you enjoy. I want to enjoy an ice cream. The ice cream makes you enjoy. So you are given your joy to something external, so that if that happens, you get the joy. Right? So we went there. So what happened? We had one cabin. So we tried getting another cabin, but before we went there, so Bobby was having a lot of discussions. Should we go? Shouldn't we go? Because even the last week, when we went to a Dhammagiri monastery, the weather was not that good, and it is on the way of Ponoma, where we have the Vipassana center. So there, the weather was not good. So he was concerned that it's worth it to go or should we cancel. Anyway, everybody wanted to go, so we went. So one cabin, 14 people. You bring your own tent and make it. So they brought their own tents. And when they were pitching the tent or pitched the tent, the rains were heavy. So in the end, all the 14 people had to sleep in a small cabin, however possible. Anyway, it is fun to sleep with one toilet being there. But outside there is toilet, but it's raining, so you can't anyway go. So the Sunshine Coast turned itself into a Rainshine Coast. The next day, I and Bobby went on a walk, where I lost my slipper anyway. But at least that day was sunrise. But Bobby's daughter had to go back. That was Sunday. So he came on Saturday. Nothing was done. The Sunday, we have to have the boat ride was there, which we didn't take it. But then they went to the beach, or they didn't go to the beach, or whatever it is. So it was all going haphazard, not as per what we thought it to be. Okay. So the 2-night stay in that so-called place did not make much of an impact. So let's see why. Because it had Kamasava, Bhavasava, Ditti asava, avijja asava, all the four asavas. Now the question then comes, should you ever go there? Answer is yes. You're going for the comfort of those who can't understand this. If you make a choice that I will not go, is as good as having an asava. Because now you have a ditti asava. You can restrain your senses. That's in your control. But you can't restrain the world. If you try to squeeze the world, that I am getting tormented, so you better listen to me. That's not going to happen. Even if I'm sitting in a monastery, because now I have to hear to the abbot or whoever that person is telling me whatever he tells me, which I need to do. Even if I'm in a monastery, it's not going to work. Right? So, what's the option available with us? The only option available with you is self-restraint than restraining the world. It's your restraint, not other person's restraint. You can request that person, let me please maintain restraint. That's his choice or her choice or whosoever choice that is. So should you ever then drive? Answer is yes. Why not? Like Ashwin has come all the way from Chennai to Bangalore. Somebody would call it foolishness. And you're not doing anything. You're just sitting in somebody's house. While that somebody's in the office. Right? Whom you came to meet, that person is in the office. And you're sitting at his home, which you could have done it at your home. So someone in this, whoever listens to this video, might get an opinion that this foolishness. Why would somebody to meet him drive 360 kilometers and in the end the person who is supposed to be met goes to office and this other person sits at his home? What does he get? Same question. Meaning, if I go to some resort, is as good as somebody like Ashwin coming to my home. They both are the same. As far as I can see, travel is the same. We drove that many distance to the Sunshine Coast and he drove that many kilometers to reach my home. There the rain spoiled it. Here the office spoiled it. Yesterday I was in office. Today I'm in office. Tomorrow I'm not in office, but day after tomorrow I'm back in office. Friday I'm again back in office. So if Ashwin is going to stay for another week, what did he gain? That would be the question. So the āsavas, if you want to attack them, you can only attack them by self-restraint, irrespective of what other persons are going to think or not going to think, irrespective of what others are going to comment or not going to comment. Doesn't matter. So what Buddha is saying in this line is, if it is unrestrained, asambutta, then what happens? It will create vigata and parillaha. First it will be distress, then it becomes afflicted, then it is frustration. So in Sunshine Coast, we ultimately got frustrated of rain. But we can use it to our advantage. Rain is a rain. House is a house. Beach is a beach. Nothing is yours. So then the feverishness and burning sensation is gone, because I have restrained the senses of chakku, eyes. Same with ears, nose, tongue, body. So that the mind doesn't go anywhere. Let's say somebody is arguing. Fine. They have words, they argue. What's my problem? It goes inside the ear and comes out. It doesn't stay there anyway. Yes, I have to hear. Okay. I have to taste. Okay. I have to touch. Okay. I have to smell. Okay. In any way, I have to do that. You got the point. Whether I'm in monastery also, these 5 things I need to do. If I am in house also, I need to do the same thing. If in an entertainment center also, I need to do the same thing. What difference does it make? I is I. Whether Dhammagiri or this Giri or that place, is the I different there? No. My mind is making it look different. Let's say we went to the Ponoma, that is a Vipassana center. Fine, it can be tomorrow some other center. How does it matter? It's just a building. It's some wood and some ceiling and some rooms, which we call cottages, and then some trees and some cemented structure, call it pagoda or whatever. And that's it. Where's the Vipassana center there? I'm creating it. If I create it, it becomes feverish. Let's say I don't like this, and there's a person who likes it. Let's say Bobby loves it and I don't like it. Now what happens? I will give 10 reasons why this is not good, and he'll give me 10 reasons why it is good. Then I give another set of 10 reasons, and he gives me another 10 reasons, and then he gives me 10 reasons, another 10 reasons. Makes it frustrating. Vigata. What if I restrain the senses of the eye and remove Vipassana board from my mind? It is just a board filled with some paint. There is no Vipassana there. Vipassana is inside you, not outside of you. And the center is here, heart, not that center. They can call it square tomorrow. Vipassana square, Vipassana trapezium, or whatever shape. Right? If I really see this, the board evaporates. If the board evaporates as Vipassana center, then when I go inside, what do I find? It's just one building. If I remove the building, what will remain? Just an empty forest. And if I see the forest, what does it have? Trees. From where did the tree come? From the seed. So is there a real tree then? No. The seed is the tree. So whatever is there in the seed is turning into a tree. And when its time is over, the tree will fall down. And that's it. Same thing with building. After a while, the building requires repair. So can I not do Vipassana without going to the Vipassana center? Yes. So can I not do it? Right here, right now? Yes. So what did you do? You did dasanena pahatabba first thing. You did the samvara. so that you don't have to go anywhere, even though you're going everywhere. I mean, your body is going everywhere, but the mind doesn't go anywhere, doesn't relish anything, whether it's by sight or sound, by taste or touch or smell. So the thoughts of sensuality is gone when the senses are restrained. Then what does the sense do now? What does the mind do? The mind will now establish itself in infinite space, at least. So when I entered into that ponoma, remove everything, no structures. Where the ponoma is a name given. Is there a ponoma like that? Pomona, sorry. Thank you, Bobby. I think I'm still not pomona. Yeah. So is there that pomona there? No. It's created. Now what is pomona? This name is not English. It is Aborigines. So when the Australia was taken over by English, they have retained the names of Aborigines to give them tribute. And many names in Australia are Aborigine names. So Pomona is an Aborigine name. Just like when the English took over or the European took over America, they removed all American Indians and then made them stay somewhere, like in Arkansas. In the same way, the English, when they took over New Zealand and Australia, they made the Aborigines go somewhere. You got the point. And many of the places where we went is all Aborigine names. So that's the reason I'm having a hard time in getting through those names in a proper way. Anyway, so coming back to this. So we went to a river called as Maruchi River. And that river is also something to do with Aborigines. Marichundar. So they have some crazy names. So anyway, this Sunshine Coast where we went is on the Maruchi River. So there's one river and then you have a sea. Okay. So can I not enter Maruchi River? Yes. A river is a river, which is water. Doesn't matter. Then the āsavas are stopped. They don't flow. Any question by anyone? So if I stop Pamona, not there. Maruchi, not there. So then where did you go? Nowhere. Yes.
So I guess āsavas are signs.
Āsavas are sight.
Sign.
Sign. Yes. Āsava requires, to flow, it requires some symbol. So when you really make it, the āsavas will start to flow. So the only way you can do is understand through yoniso manasikara that it doesn't exist that way, which we did it in dasanena pahatabba. So where am I? Who am I? This am I? That am I? What was I doing? All that will go away. Got it? Yes.
So I guess in this case, having this right way of seeing, this dasana, is a prerequisite for you to do this second with samvara.
Absolutely. First, you have to come into the before samvara. You need to know there's something called yoniso manasikara and there is ayoniso manasikara. And then you can see that if you are unrestrained, you feel more and more compelled. If you are restrained, you will feel more and more liberated. What is compelling? I need it. What is liberating? I'll just give up. So, what is Buddha Dhamma? As far as the Rata Vinita Sutta, it's Anupada Nibbana. So you just give up. That's Nibbana. Everything else is conditioned. So can I just give up right now? Yes. On the side. Yes. Why not? It's gone. The Maruchi River is a history. Meeting Bobby and Marin and or Janak or Deepthi or Zeel or whatever the names are, just a history. As far as we can see, it's just in the memory. And meeting Aryu and Chirag and all that is just a history. It's just in the dream now, just like being in a dream. Can you get it back? No. Ever? No. Sorry. The kind bars, what you sent Aryu, what we bought there in the US, has already reached its final resting place. And the amount of chocolates I had taken has also reached its final resting place, which is, you know what it is. And Bobby has sent some good chocolates. That is now going into the resting places. And the amount of Greek curds I had in Bobby's house or in any other home has already rested.
Everything ends up in the Pacific Ocean.
Which of ocean? Yes, exactly. So then, is there an experiencer other than the experienced? And the answer is no. That who is experiencer? Vilas. Is there anything separate from the experience? No. Because the experiencer goes away as soon as the experienced also goes away. Meaning, while I was driving, for the very first time, where Bobby asked me to drive, just like what you did there, he didn't do so much. He is very considerate person. So he used to say, Vilasji, now 65 kilometers. You already crossed it, it's 60. Comes down. And then the turnings, especially those roundabouts, I'm really crazy. I don't know how to do the roundabout thing. So there are, you first do first roundabout and second and like that. So some crazy way. Now, he gave the car. I drove the car. I drove so many kilometers of the car. But whatever I drove, the experience of driving in Australia is dead, died, arrived, departed. That's it. All I can do is keep on ruminating on that. When I was in Australia, when I was in Brisbane, it's like a cow doing that after it has eaten. Just keep on ruminating it, which is the asava. So to remove the asava, remove the condition which creates asava, which is the sense doors. So when you do the samvara, it stops. Cannot get back. Yes, Aryu.
I guess in that sense, you can bring back some memories. In the past, you've created asava and experienced out of that, but now if you can see it in the right light, it removes that experience and hence it's erased.
Yes. True. So basically, this is how it works. Okay. Now what he says, you don't want fever. You don't want distress. You don't want frustration. These are coming due to āsavas. So when I want to do meditation, the second step of meditation, other than dasanena pahatabba, is this one. If the indriyas are not in samvara, you can't get into jhana. So the only reason why don't we get into jhana but end up only in sensation is because our senses are open. Just like the hotel is open, they put a board open, so anything can come inside. It should be closed. So in Ubakin/Goenka's words, if we were to take the senses, if they are closed for one time, you are in Nibbana, so you are a Sotapanna. The second time is Sakadagami, third time Anagami, fourth time Arhat. Some make some sense. Why? Because you are in Nibbana. If I am not in Maruchi River, if I am not in Sunshine Coast, if I don't even bring out my Australian experience except for these illustrations, will the mind go and eat that? No. So should I do 10-hour sitting meditation? No. But should I be doing meditation? Yes. Of what? Indriya samvara and dasanena pahatabba. Do what needs to be done. Don't do what shouldn't be done. That's it. Only that much I need to do. I don't have to go to a place thinking that that place will give me peace, santi, or upasama. No. No place in this world will ever provide shanti. It can be a deepest of the deepest forest. There's no shanti. Why? There are mosquitoes. Then there are lizards. Then there are vultures. Then there is crazy sounds. coming from the forest. Then there is hunger. Then there is thirst. Then there is cold. Then there is heat. Then there is rain. Minimum. Yes, Chirag.
Yeah, I was just thinking, I just wanted to add, even if you're in the quietest of the forests, the factors that cause suffering are still inside you. So you can, change the environment, change the setting. But because those factors are inside you, not outside you, so, the same thing will happen again eventually.
Yes. So just like by changing screensaver, my computer is not going to look good. Yes, Aryu.
Yeah, and I was thinking in these prisons, there are like prisoners who are extra, hard to manage, and they give him a shunyagara actually, completely dark, and that's the highest.
It's there. In Australia, the World War prisoners were put in that shunyagara, where so filled with darkness. Anyway, so basically what we need to understand is going anywhere in search of happiness, which is a pursuit of happiness, is not going to give you happiness. No matter whichever monastery I run to, no matter whichever bhante I enter into, it's not going to help. It's another kind of entertainment to the mind. One entertainment is a worldly entertainment. Another entertainment is spiritual entertainment. But they both are entertainment because the asava is inside me, not outside of me. Yeah, May. Anyway, we are going to meet. Okay. So basically, this is what we need to understand about this sutta in particular. So he says all the six senses, āsavas samvara pahatabba. So I do the samvara by seeing drawback. That's it. What's the drawback? Maruchi river is the drawback. Because I will never get it. That same experience should come, not some other day. Same day experience. Can I get it back? Can I get back the Google food? When do I come to San Francisco, Aryu? Now Aryu will start thinking, when? And come and do what? I'll come and do what? Mountain View, we are there. Next. Then we go to Madras Cafe. Next. Where to drive? San Jose. Okay, and do? So now it becomes question marks after question mark. We don't have an answer. Then you know what? We want to head outside of San Francisco. Because there's nothing we can do anything about Mountain View or San Jose or Santa Cruz or wherever we went. So we have to do something else because the āsavas are not able to flow. There's nothing to enjoy. It's the same place. So now we have to plan a place which is different. So what's the point? So can I come to San Francisco without being in San Francisco? Then the āsavas are not there. So can I come 100 times to San Francisco? Maybe. Yeah, why not? Because you never came once. If I carry San Francisco, it's going to be pain because it's burden. I'm holding a burden, a huge burden, a rock. Can I carry Wishart where Bobby stays? Yeah, I can carry. Who stops you? But if you carry, you're taking a heavy load. Can I just drop back the Wishart where it belongs to? Yeah, it's fine. Yes, Arif.
You'd be coming to San Francisco to help me move out of San Francisco.
Yeah, that I can do. See, I can come back. I have no issues in flying here, there, because I don't want to fly. So you just stay where you are. You're just moving the body like a cargo from one place to another place. And that's it. Just a coffin moving from here to there. That's it. But I'm not moving. And that means the Indriya Samvara has happened. And that is a prerequisite to enter into jhana. If you even look at DN2, okay, Samanyapala Sutta, Indriya Samvara. What he says, Nimitta gahi hoti, nana vyanjana gahi hoti. What it means that? Nimitta gahi, which means a person is filled with symbols and signs. Nana vyanjana gahi hoti, which means a person who is descriptive. So, if I have to explain to you about Maruchi River experience, it's going to be a pain. And Pomona also. And some other places. What is in Pomona? What we saw is VRI, Vipassana Research Institute. We went there once to drop a bhante. And we went, I think we went again, right? Bobby, yes, we went again.
To pick him back. To pick him back.
To pick him back, correct. So first time we went to drop him, and the Sunday we picked him back.
It's Sajal.
Yeah, with Sajal. So what did you do in that place? Did a transport activity. The only thing I extra did is they bought few more land where a long course is going to come. So Bobby wanted me to have some metta in that place. So it was very good. That's one thing I really liked, is I'm doing something in Pomona. Okay, so this, if I can do it perfectly well, then the energy or the effort plus energy is not there. So the mind is withdrawn from the senses, will just go inside itself because there are no āsavas. So the four āsavas, kāmāsava, bhāvāsava, ditthiyāsava, avijjāsava, are contained. And when this is contained, you enter into the jhana with piti, sukha, and ekagata. And this will in turn help in āsava kaya jnana, arhat. So what is stopping me from being an arhat? 4 steps only. In these interactions with Ashwin and others, and again another Australian visit, if it can happen, excellent. I would really thank everyone for making my day. That includes Aryu and Chirag and Vrinda and every human being I've met on this route from 2013. I would personally submit gratitude for what they have done. And especially seeing Ashwin is making me more and more happy that he is helping me indirectly in some cases and directly in some cases with his looks or with his struggle. It is good. But that's really helping me. Honestly speaking, if Ashwin had not come these many days previously, and if Ravindra and Supriya and Ravindra's sister Rohini, etc., would land up in the next few days, I wouldn't be knowing what to do. And also, I learned a lot with Bobby. I don't know how much Bobby learned out of me, but I had a good time with Bobby because I learned a lot how I should manage, how I should survive and everything. And with Marin being there, and it's fun. Chaga, yes.
No, yeah, I think we're thankful that you learn a lot that you can share with many other people.
No, that's not. I don't want to share personal thing, but
No, not personal things, but I mean the experiences, like
yes,
in a general way.
yes. So it's nice. So more than what I did with you, Aryu, this time around with the family people, it was good. With you, it is a different kind of relationship as opposed to what I have with Bobby and others. So I could see. So you're more like son-father relationship. So it's different. And with Bobby and others is totally different. So it's fun to see how I need to deal with this situation, with that situation, without having to trouble anything at all. In those 23 days, as far as I remember, 2 things did not happen: tiredness and energy not being there. And due to that, another 2 things did not happen. One, I never felt bad or sad of any place or anything. And secondly, I didn't have any preferences. Maybe Bobby can say if he found something different than what I'm saying. But as far as I remember, it didn't happen. So Bobby can then say, no, that day, like Marin was saying, that day you had ice cream, you do twice, it's not once, like that. Anyway, it was nice and nice hosting, but still did not get caught up. So that's all about preference was the Bobby to learn. Yeah, true. So It was nice because then the āsavas can be tamed. You can't remove the āsava. You can stop them from flowing. And the only way to stop them from flowing is cut the senses from the sense objects. That's it. So, in one photograph, when I went to this place, it looks what? It looks, I'm in Vipassana Research Institute, Pomona. Okay. So I'm standing and Bobby has taken a photograph. Then I went into a Shunyagara. There we took another photograph. So what does it say? That I meditated in Shunyagara, at least from the photograph perspective. It's fake. Okay. Did I go to Pomona? Yes. And you sat there and asked this guy to take a photograph? Yes. But it's fake. Fake in the sense of what? Experience. Yes, Bobby?
No, I was just going to say, like, you didn't get a Shunyagara in Bangalore, right? So at least you got it.
Yes, at least in this place.
Yeah.
So Pomona was a very good thing.
Very kind to you that they have given
Yes.
you Shunyagara.
Yeah. They didn't give me Shunyagara. At least I got a Shunyagara here. But anyway, coming back to this, shouldn't I be in this Vipassana all the time? That's true. Of what? What is Vipassana? Āsavakkhaya jnana. That's Vipassana. The ending of all defilements. Not about whether you should be in jhana or not in jhana. Ending of all defilements. So let's go step by step approach. First step. Look at the senses. And there is enjoyment in the senses. Enjoy the senses and see for yourself how long they exist. Like our Golden Gate Bridge to Pomona, to Sunshine Coast, to whatever I did in Australia is evaporated. It's gone. Extinguished. Except the photographs. But it is dead. Dead pile. Same thing with San Francisco. Every day in Mountain View. Just went. See the senses. Can you hold the sight? Can you hold the sound? No. Can you hold the taste? Can you hold the touch? Can you hold the smell? Then what are you doing? Now can you do the jhana? Because that lasts long. This is short lasting. Leave it. Go to the next one. Jhana. After you do all the 8 jhanas, observe. Shouldn't you put effort again? Yes. Is Nibbana something which puts effort? No. So that means, is there something else better than the jhana? Yes. So can you drop the jhanas then? That's where I'm stuck. And with all of these friends who have joined me, like staying with Bobby, staying with Eriu, and Ravindra staying with me before I left Australia, and Ashwin staying with me after coming from Australia is helping me to let go of jhana. Because Ashwin asked me some good questions, so I have to now figure out how to answer him. So which means I can't be in jhana. So addiction is slowly waning away. And now I have a marathon match with Shaniel in Brisbane from December 1st to December 30, when we are going to do jhana together, all the 8. And then maybe May and Ryu are arriving on 31st. So we welcome you to Brisbane. Anyway, Bobby always will be there, so I don't have to ask him to come. So it'll be nice this year end. Hopefully, if I can let go of Rupa Jhanas, the raga for that, then what remains is only mana, which will automatically go away with these two. The udacha not being there to get into jhana, only avidya remains. Hopefully, since the house of Shaniel is very good, it should materialize. That's what I feel. And I'm thankful to Ashwin for that. Reason being, he's testing my patience of how to explain him about jhana. Because if I have to sit with Shaniel, it's going to be a tough battle. Because he's a gamer and he's a software developer. I'm supposed to be talking in his language. So it will be fun. So I have met the most toughest opponent ever. So I need to be prepared for the match. And his games, I was just looking yesterday, are very good. The real game starts, Bobby, yes. So once I reach his den, okay, and he's not there today, reason being he's busy for this whole week. And 10th, Bobby and Marin and many others are going to go to his home. So we're going to have a meditation session. And it will start at 6 a.m. India. If you're interested, you can join at 5:30 your time. 5:30 evening. On Friday for you. May, if you are around, you can also join. It'll be 2 hours ahead for you. So it'll be 10:30 Australia, which is actually 12:30 for you.
Sorry, what is that tomorrow?
Saturday.
Okay, Saturday. Yeah, 12:30. Yes, I think I can do that.
Yes, it'll be online for us, and it'll be a offline for them.
I think somebody from India also can join, right?
Yes, from India also they can join, 6 o'clock. I'll send the message. Anyone joining can join. So it'll be from 10:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Okay, with some breaks. So I will send that schedule. But
I think it is 4:30 with us.
4:30, sorry. Yeah, 4:30. So you can join. Yeah, you choose. It's online. You can go offline. You can do whatever. Meaning you can just exit and join back. We will be there from 10:30, which is 6 a.m. in India, to 4:30, which will be early afternoon in India. It will be 5 hours from then to 1 o'clock. 4:30 is 12 o'clock. India, which is 11:30 p.m. for you. So you don't have to be available all the time, but that's what it is. And it will be for May 6:30 at the time it ends. So we're going to meet up every second Saturdays in person. We'll meet in person, and then we are going to have something here. And again, forgot to tell you, 12th is Uposatta Day. That is for Australia. If we are, yes, why not? If possible, you can join, but it will be in English, and you don't have to get into tension. So you can join. Absolutely fine. Anybody can join. Yes, it's online. You can't fly to Brisbane on that day, unless if you want to go. Okay, so I will be sharing the link, and then you all can join. These people sitting here, but it will be in English, so you have to bear with English. So let's see how that. I have how many months left? 6 months left to practice, and let's see.
You're talking about Uposatta now.
Yes, Uposatta is on 12th, so we are going to start at 6 a.m. India, which is 10:30 your time, Bobby.
Yeah. I think normally that message doesn't come, so if you can send a message that it will be.
No, I'm going to send. I'm going to send in the Australia group with the schedule. And Buddha Purnima is there on 12th. So, and Ashwin, I have asked him to stay back. So he's staying back on 12th instead of leaving on 11th. So we will do for 4 hours or 3 hours roughly with meditation and all that. So with the 5 Uposatta, I'll put it in the Australian group about, and in fact, Rubin also I will inform that as discussed, first day of our program starts on 12th. So let's see whether he can see gods in 90 days time. The gods must be crazy. So let's see. Okay, so for today, let's stop here, and then we'll take up the next one tomorrow. So we have done Dasanena Pahatabba, then Samvara, Indriya Samvara. It's not that there is no, again I repeat, yesterday in Hindi also I repeated, it's not that there are no enjoyment or rather joy or happiness in senses, but they are fleeting. They don't stay. Okay, if it had stayed, then we didn't have to struggle. Like the ice cream I and you and Chirag and Vrinda had on that cold day when we drove at 10 p.m. to stand in line for the ice cream, and the shop was closing at 11. That fish kind, I don't know what was that, Ariu, where we went to that place. That was amazing ice cream in sub-zero temperature. Okay, so that was something fun, but it entered with the poop the day I flushed next day. And the taste is gone. So after we ate that ice cream, it's gone. Like the Toblerone is so tasty. By the way, Bobby, I have not even opened.
Why?
I don't know. You know what? I had.
You can eat
I
with
never.
Ashwin. You can eat with Ashwin, right? Testing with
Yes,
Ashwin.
I think this today I will do that. Nothing opened
Nothing.
except for some. Whenever Anjana brings me those Cadbury's chocolates, then I eat. Otherwise, I had only one of that Lind chocolate, and basically I'm not even going near the fridge.
It's all, at least it's all in the fridge. It will not get
Yeah,
melted.
it's all in the fridge. So today let me offer to, and he brought a Toblerone as a gift, not the big one. So we'll give him a huge Toblerone from Brisbane when I go back to home. You know what, Bobby? After you lost interest in Toblerone, I felt anyway I was not interested. You not being interested just pushed it away completely.
Is it Indriya? It is Samvara? Is it Samvara? Or...
I don't know. I don't even have a
No,
like.
for me.
For you, yeah, it is Indriya Samvara. Yes, it's correct. Because you didn't find anything. In that day also when we ate. Like
Yeah.
Ashley was saying, right? She after she started eating slow, she didn't like it. The moment you start eating slow, you feel disgusted because you don't get that taste.
It's boring, you know. Like,
It's boring. Yes, absolutely. All right. Let's head to work then. Okay.
Thank you.
Good day, everyone. Bye bye.